Tonight, Democrats say they're hiring, and it could signal where we're headed when the party takes control of the House next week. Congressional job postings suggest Democrats are recruiting lawyers with experience in, quote, administrative law, oversight work, and even more bluntly, executive branch investigative counsel. So will it be investigations or legislation? Joining me now, Republican Congressman Louie Gohmert, a member of the House Judiciary Committee. Good to see you, Congressman.
Good to be with you, Ed.
A couple nights ago, we had the former DNC chair, Ed Rendell, on. He insisted to me, look, his advice to his own party is legislate, don't just investigate. You buy that?
Yeah. Well, I buy that he said that, but, you know, it's kind of like, was it Jim Carrey or somebody used to say, somebody has stopped me. They're not going to be able to be stopped. They're coming after every aspect, every decision. And, you know, you had my friend John Garamendi on before me, and he is a friend. I hope that doesn't kill his political career. But he was saying, you know, if Trump will just tell us exactly where he wants a wall, what he wants, I seem to recall that the Obama administration had billions of dollars to build a wall or virtual wall, and Janet Napolitano just up and said, you know what, we're not going to use it for that. We don't know where that money went, Ed. We don't know what they did with it. We need to protect the country, and we lost the majority. I told our conference repeatedly in September, if we don't put money out there for a wall before the election, we may not be back in the majority. That happened. But a note of encouragement, Ed, we took a stand. Unfortunately, it was after we lost the majority, but I think it bodes well, and it's inconsistent with Boehner's old position of just keep feeding the Democrats rope and they'll hang themselves. And that's a poor metaphor. But the fact is, as I told Boehner once, look, you've said feed them rope. Now they've used it to hog tie us. It's time to stand up, and we never did. So here we're taking a stand, and I think that bodes well for the future.
Well, they've said, the Democrats, that they're going to legislate. They're not going to focus. There'll be some investigations. But when Axios and others talk about a cannon of subpoenas, 85 different areas that they want to go after the president on, do you think this is going to be all about the Democrats on the attack?
I'm telling you, Ed, they're not going to be able to help themselves. Judiciary, the Democrats once were big on privacy rights, and when they saw how important it was for Google and some of these internet providers to support the Democrats, they don't want to do anything to make them mad. It's amazing how they backed off some of the things they used to believe in, being anti-Orwellian. They're not anymore. But they're going to do the investigations. I know you're aware they're out there hiring like crazy lawyers that can come in and help with subpoenas. So it's going to happen. They're going to be investigating everything. And it is healthy to have oversight investigations. I think Republicans didn't do enough of them, but you don't need a colonoscopy after every minor decision that an administration made, and I think that's where they're headed.
The president's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, has been under the microscope and has flipped on the president, essentially, this whole question of whether or not...
he needed a colonoscopy.
Well, okay, we'll leave that for another program, I suppose. But real quick, McClatchy had a news report in the last 24, 48 hours suggesting maybe his cell phone signal was picked up in the area of Prague in the campaign in 2016, which he has vehemently denied. A McClatchy reporter went on MSNBC and said this.
Did your sources see the intercepts for themselves, or are they passing along information from other people?
The sources have, some of the sources have government sources, and some of the sources are people who have told us that they have trusted intelligence type sources that they get information from.
Have you seen the intercepts?
No.
So is there anything that you were able to actually physically see for yourselves that corroborated what these four sources were telling you? Anything that looked the intercepts that would give you some further evidence beyond their word?
I wish we had.
So I wish we had. They do this major story, and it now appears the sources were second or third hand.
Yeah, well, and we now know that dossier prepared by Steele, he hadn't been to Russia in years. So, Ed, we don't know how how third hand, fourth hand, fifth hand hearsay it was that he was utilizing. Did it come, the information he had, did it come from Russian players? And I can tell you, this is one of the big dangers of an Orwellian government that just, they were tracking people in the Trump administration. Yep. I've been in Prague. I spoke at the, it was an honor to be at the Ukrainian prayer breakfast and speak on behalf of Congress. But if they were following everything I did, that starts saying, oh my gosh.
Sure, and after all this investigation, I think the point is there hasn't been evidence of collusion. We'll see what 2019 brings. Congressman Louie Gohmert.
Exactly.
We appreciate you coming in.
You're doing great. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Pleasure to be with you.